Yo, before we get to the video, I have something special to tell you.
Do you feel like quarantine life is mentally draining and killing you? Do you feel like exploding all of a sudden and venting out your frustration because you can't express your ideas and thoughts?
Well, don't worry, because you have the 90 minutes football Discord server. We've got trivia, we've got loads of debate, and also a freaking gaming community dedicated to football, FIFA. Come check us out. So yeah, if you want some color to your very boring quarantine life, then go ahead and click in the description below and join the 90 minutes football server in Discord. Now let's get to the video. Well, lucky enough that didn't happen. Gareth Bale and James Rodriguez included are both on the verge of an exit from Real Madrid, and both are linked to Everton, to Carlo Ancelotti being in Everton. Yo, what's good? Welcome back to yet another video. We're here to talk about another transfer target, but this time we're selling someone. So, big up. No, on the real though. I mean, Gareth Bale and James Rodriguez had to be sold by now. I mean, don't get me wrong guys, Gareth Bale's a bit of a prick in it by now. I mean, he's doing golf, he keeps posting about golf, he doesn't talk about the football anymore, he doesn't want to stay here, we don't want to keep him. This was supposed to happen, come on, let's make it happen. This is not me being disrespectful at all. I love Bale, I love for who he was, and probably for who he will be. I will still love him. It only comes down to the fact that I don't want to see him at Real Madrid anymore. He's done enough. Thank you very much. Now please leave. That's my mood right now with Gareth Bale. He is on the verge of an Everton exit, looks like, and because Carlo Ancelotti is interested in both Gareth Bale and James Rodriguez, this might seem like a potential transfer move. Now we'll get to James Rodriguez later, but let's talk about Gareth Frank Bale. Gareth Bale has fallen out of the pecking order since the 2017-18 season. I still don't know what he's doing here, but good enough for him. He's been able to live off of Real Madrid for the last 2 years. Well done. He's done well for himself, and he's done whatever he could for the club. And this is the Bale I'm talking about in the last 2 years. Don't you pricks dare point me out on disrespecting him. I'm no way doing that. But on the real though, for the wellness of Bale, let's talk about this Everton move. I don't see this as a very bright move for him, if I'm being honest. I mean, we're talking about Gareth Bale, who was in the Premier League probably 7 years ago, and he was proper fireman. I'm not gonna lie. The guy used to run and run. He had legs for days. That's how fierceful, that's how attacking he was. But I don't think he has the legs for that anymore, man. He gets injured quite often. I mean, in the Spanish league, and imagine if he goes somewhere physical like the Premier League. I don't know how long he's going to last with those kind of legs. I mean, fair enough, he does, man. I mean, I want to see him succeed wherever he goes. I'm not the kind of ones to say, oh, you failed here, so you can go suck your mom or something like that. No, it doesn't work like that. I'm not a disgusting prick, and I'm always unbiased when it comes to this. I know my tone might come off as biased initially when I was addressing the whole Bale situation, but on the real though, I want to see him succeed wherever he goes to, okay? Let's get that clear. I think he should select a league which plays a bit of slow football, not too much fast and physical, for the amount of injuries he's suffered in his career, man. I don't think the Everton move is the brightest move for him. I mean, I want to see him leave, but you know, again, not to repeat the same story again. I want to see him succeed elsewhere. I know fans are gonna come at us and say, he didn't succeed at Real Madrid. Oh, look how he's doing without Real Madrid. Well, good for him, man. I want to see a player succeed. Why would I want to wish a player's downfall just because they left Real Madrid. No, it doesn't work like that. But don't get me wrong, man. If this was the 2013-14 Bale, then I would have supported him no matter what, man, to a Premier League. I mean, if the situation might have come up that he was going to the Premier League, but back then he was on fire and no way we would have allowed him to leave. But considering that now he's on the verge of an exit and he's fallen out of the pecking order, it's been 1 year since he scored at the Santiago Bernabeu, then yes, Gareth Bale, the way is out, the door is there. Please leave. Like, I remember watching Gareth Bale with so much passion, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he would do really well if he were to go to a club like PSG or somewhere in Italy like Inter Milan or whatever. Or probably if he thinks his career is done and dusted right here and he doesn't want to fight, then he can go to China as well. Good for him, man. Whatever he thinks is best. But not Real Madrid, okay? Not Real Madrid. Now let's get to James Rodriguez. Man, James Rodriguez was one player that I really wanted to see someone perform, man. Oh my god. To see him become a season flop yet again. I mean, we sent him with the intention that he would come back much more polished. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. In 17-18, when he left to Bayern to play for Carlo Ancelotti, he did quite well. And then slowly when Niko Kovac took over, and also when Niko Kovac continued into the 18-19 season, you could see the deterioration in James Rodriguez's play. He started to get injured quite a lot often. But then I was still optimistic, man, because I like James Rodriguez. I know he's a killer of a player, man. Have you seen his 14-15 season, man? Look at his 14-15 season and then you come back and talk to me. That's how it is, man. Like 14-15 season, like what the hell? Who's this guy, man? Who's this guy literally killing everyone? You know, it's a shame that we couldn't win anything that season, but James Rodriguez, that is his best season, that is his best career season by far, man. By far. But yeah, I mean, I've never seen that James Rodriguez again. Some would say, Zinedine Zidane kind of, you know, pushed him down the drain or whatever. But okay, I mean, you can't really blame Zidane because Zidane is the coach here and he's trying to make a team out of Real Madrid. And sometimes he has to take some tough calls, and the unfortunate part of the whole team making process is that the victim is James Rodriguez out of this team making process. That's just how it is. And also, James Rodriguez was given chances under Niko Kovac as well, but he didn't do well there as well. Like, in my opinion, one manager that can actually fit James Rodriguez into his system is Carlo Ancelotti, man. 14-15, amazing. Then even 17-18 initially when James Rodriguez joined Bayern, he did incredibly well under Carlo Ancelotti. And again, it's the same person who wants him at Everton. I think this will be a very good move for him. Also, you know, the exposure of England might bring out a new aspect to his game altogether. I know he gets injured a lot often as well. Yeah, I don't think he's washed up at all, and I don't think it's fair to even call lights out on him. I think he deserves a chance, and someone under Carlo Ancelotti, he will bring out a new aspect to his game yet again, I believe. And I want to see James Rodriguez excel, man. If not at Real Madrid, somewhere, but not at Real Madrid, sadly. It's just how it is. He doesn't perform, man, when he comes onto the pitch. The one time I was actually really pissed off with him this season was the Real Sociedad game, man. He's an attacking midfielder and barely had a few touches, man. I mean, it's simply unacceptable. And it was a match where we were supposed to be clinical because it's a knockout game and it was only one leg and we lost the game 3-4. It was a collective team bad performance, but again, James Rodriguez could have done a lot better, man, because I know how he plays, I know his potential, I know how well he can play. And also, you know, the number 10 competitor that he actually has at Real Madrid is Isco, and Isco has by far beaten him this season. Isco has been putting up performance by performance every damn time, like amazing performances every game. Isco has literally taken advantage of a James Rodriguez who was injured and, you know, just cemented his place. Now there's no looking back for James Rodriguez, man. And even Zinedine Zidane sadly never preferred him as well because he was trying to make a team. And you know, I think James Rodriguez has to pursue other options if I'm not wrong. So yeah, that's for the video, guys. So conclusion statement: Gareth Bale shouldn't go to Everton, and James Rodriguez probably should, because Carlo Ancelotti brought the best out of James Rodriguez that no other coach has done by far. And seeing how Bale performed in the last 2 seasons, he's supposed to be a winger, right? And if a winger in the Premier League gets injured that often, I'm afraid because it's Everton, he might sustain for an amount of time, but it's not going to be very easy for Gareth Bale if he does intend to move there. But I think for James Rodriguez, it might work out just fine.
Got me talking to